So let's talk about this. Last week we talked about building a referral-driven business, and this is really part two of that. We talked about starting some referral habits, putting some habits in place in your business. Today is really about organizing them into a system so you're not relying on memory, motivation, or luck. I'm 58, and I realize the older I get, if I don't have a system for something, me remembering to do something is not too good, right? And you may be young like Madison and not have a memory problem, but if you're old like me, then it's not going well. And Madison is pregnant. That can affect memory a little bit too, right? I'm not pregnant, but I'm 58 and I have a lot of memory issues. If I don't have a system to make sure I'm doing the right things consistently. All right, so here's something that I think is super important. Referral businesses don't necessarily grow from effort. Now, effort's important, obviously. We need to put some effort into our business, but referral businesses don't necessarily grow from effort alone. They grow from structure and being consistent with structure over and over and over again. That's where referral businesses have growth, is from having a structure for things. So here's some reasons why effort is not really just the best thing that you need to rely on solely. Is most realtors, most salespeople, my industry included, this is why effort doesn't work all the time. You end up treating everybody the same. You may think, okay, we have a great past client program or past client to make sure we're staying in touch with past clients. But let's be honest, I've got some past clients I don't ever want to work with again. You may have some of those, right? That's just being blatantly open and honest. I have some past clients that refer a lot of business to me. Why would I treat them the same? That doesn't make sense, right? So that's one reason why effort alone, just treating everybody the same, does not work. We also, I think, try to, you may have heard the phrase spray and pray. We spray a lot of marketing efforts out to a lot of people. It's all the same and pray that something happens. We try to stay in touch with too many people. I think we need to narrow that down, and we're going to talk about that today. Also, when you're doing a lot of effort and doing a lot of different things, you may not be very consistent with the things that matter the most. And we're going to talk about doing things consistently that are going to give you the most reward for it. So let's dive in a little bit to where this framework comes from. And I would love to say that I can take credit for it. However, I can't take any credit for it. I may be the first salesperson I know in my industry to apply it. So I will take credit for that piece. But a couple of years ago, almost a couple of years ago to the date, um, I decided to just really take away everything that my business was set on and completely restructure it. And when I did that, faith is very important to me. But when I did that, I started reading through the Gospels and started seeing, how did Jesus start Christianity? And he started it with 12 people. So I want to start there. And when I started rebuilding my business a couple of years ago, I wanted to identify, one, what's my talents? What's my unique selling proposition? How did God wire me? That's another class, and we'll talk about that at some point too. But then, secondly, should I go deeper with fewer people instead of trying to be everything to everybody? And the answer to that is yes. And that's exactly what Jesus did when he chose his 12 disciples. So, really, the credit goes to Jesus here for designing the system. But let me tell you, it works for business really, 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 really well. Works for my business, and I promise you it will work for your business too. So we're gonna talk about two different groups of people that I want you to start thinking about putting together. One is the inner circle, and we'll call it an inner circle, and that can be about 12 people. Now, you can call it your disciples, but you might want to choose a better name. That kind of sounds like if I did that, I would feel like my inner circle might see me as an egomaniac. If I said these are my disciples, so I want to call it I'm calling it my inner circle. I also have my group of 12. I call it my legacy partners. Very important group of people to me. All right. So you have this group of 12. Jesus had a group of 12. And then after the 12, if you read scripture, it says he sent out 72 others to begin spreading his message more broadly. Okay, so what he did, he set these two groups up. It was very intentional, it was very relational, and it was very scalable. I think we need to consider those things as we're building a business. That if we can create something that's intentional, that it's relational, because we're in business with humans, we rely on humans to get transactions done, and we do something that's scalable. We're not trying to be all things to all people. And this works well for the real estate business. It works really, really well for my business as well, too. Depth creates strength. Breadth creates momentum. This group of 12 is going to give you incredible depth in your business. The group of 72 that we'll also talk about today is going to give you breadth and will create momentum in your business. It's super important, I believe, to have a group of people that you're going to work with, that you can be in a relationship with, you're going to go deep with, you care about, you nurture, and they do the same thing for you too. So I want to start with the inner circle, tell you how to create it, and I want to challenge each of you to do this, because I promise you this will revolutionize your business. My inner circle of people, literally responsible for about 70+% of my income. It's huge. Now, on top of all of that, obviously we all need money to survive. But on top of all of that, these are all some of my closest friends. It's not just referral partners. It's not just business partners. It's people that I literally would do anything for. And I honestly believe they would do anything for me. So that's this group of people. So, inner circle, think of 12 people that you can bring around you in your business and in your life. And when you think of this, who do you want? You want people, obviously, that you have high trust with, that you can trust. You want people that have high relationship equity. Like if I'm thinking about a group of people I would love to have in my inner circle, if they are not interested in having a relationship with me, then it's hard for me to go deep with that kind of person, right? So when you're thinking about people to put in an inner circle for you, you want to make sure that they're interested in going deep in a relationship, that you can trust them. Also, people that want to see you win. Okay, that's super important. The other is be natural referral sources for you. So it is about business. It's also about life. It's a combination of the two. So I'm going to give you some examples of people that a real estate agent can think of to put in their inner circle of people. But I will tell you, in my inner circle, we do things monthly. We get together and break bread. I also look at this group of people as sort of my board of advisors. Before I make big changes in my business, this is the group of people that I want to go to and share with them what I'm thinking of doing or what we may be doing and get their input from, right? We all need that. People also like to be included in knowing that their input and their opinion is super valuable to you. So make sure that you're creating a group of people. You kind of think of them as your board of advisors for your group, and they're also helping you in your business world as well too. So who are some examples that you could put in your inner circle? Number one, past clients who loved working with you and are already supporting your business in a big way. A past client is a great person to have in your inner circle. So if you've sold any amount of real estate, hopefully you've got one or two or three past clients that you've done a lot of business with. Either they keep coming back or they referred all of their family to you or all their friends get referred to you. You know the kind of person I'm talking about, the person that's sort of like a raving fan for you. specifically. And not every client is like that, but there are some that will send everybody to you and you get a lot of business from. So, past clients, think of past clients that maybe would fit into your inner circle of people. Other close friends or maybe family might be a good fit for your inner circle. Who else? People that you have strong professional partnerships with. So, maybe a lender, maybe an insurance agent, maybe a home inspector, maybe people that you get business referrals from a networking group or a Rotary Club or anything like that, but people that are already sending you referrals. And, I just think this is an area it's easier for lenders maybe to think on what we might call golden geese, people that can refer us over and over and over, like you all do to lenders. But I really feel like sometimes realtors don't see the opportunities that exist just like that with other businesses that can keep referring you over and over. And if you have a relationship like a financial planner or an estate attorney, I would make sure they go in your inner circle of people. This would be a great person to include. Also, anybody that you just have a long term relationship with that you feel is interested in helping you grow your business. All right. What it's not just anybody that's in your phone. It's not a cold contact kind of person, and it's not someone you just barely know. All right. So the inner circle is about depth, not necessarily volume. So I want to give you some things that you can do for your inner circle of people. Once you have this group together, and I just have mine in an Excel spreadsheet, but I've got different things about them in an Excel spreadsheet. Things like their birthday, their home address, things they may like, because I want to make sure I'm doing things constantly and frequently to let them know how much I love them and care for them. All right. But um, monthly things you can do. One is a personal check in. I actually probably talk to my inner circle every week because I want to check in and see how they're doing, if there's anything I can help them with. So my my goal is usually once a week, but I would do at least a monthly check-in with this group of people. Do value-based touches. So in other words, let's say if Madison is in my group inner circle of 12, I'm not just calling Madison and saying, Madison, have you talked to anyone lately that you can refer me to? That's not my goal. My goal with Madison when I'm calling her or communicating with her is about her. What can I do to help your life? Is there anything I can do to help your business? What can I do to make things better for you? It's all about giving to the other person, not necessarily taking. Now, if I do that enough, every once in a while, I may call Madison if I've earned the right to call her and say, hey, I need another lead this month. Who do you know? And she may feel okay about giving me a name if she's got one, right? But my main purpose is to give value to her. All right. So personal check in, give value. Another huge one is show gratitude and appreciation to your inner circle, but it's something that you're doing consistently. All right. So, yes, I set reminders on my to do list that I use in to do list to do gratitude every day. You know why? Because if I don't do it, if I don't have a reminder to do it, I won't for a day, then 2 days, then 3 days, and it's not part of my routine anymore. So every day I need to see a reminder for gratitudes today. And that might be a thank you note, it may be a video to somebody, it may be a phone call to somebody just to tell them how amazing they are. People need to hear that, right? So gratitude, consistent gratitude or appreciation. And then every once in a while, again, maybe a soft referral reminder. But again, don't lead with that. I don't want my inner circle to think it's all about me. And it's not. All right. If you've never read a book called The Go Giver, one of the best books you could ever read about how you give to others. And when you give to others, and this is actually biblical too, when you give to others, it will come back to you hundredfold. So, always with this inner circle of people, it's about giving to them, making their life better, but it will always trickle back to you. Always. Okay. So, as we're doing business, like my team will tell you probably 50% of my time each week is things I'm doing for my inner circle of 12 people. That's the majority of my time. Why would it not be when they're responsible for 70% plus of my income, right? So there's 1,500 agents in Roanoke. I really just need a handful that I'm doing a lot of cool stuff with and doing life with. For you guys, you just need to find a small group of people that you can do life with that will add value to your business and you can go deep with. It will change your income. So I want you to think on creating a group of 12. Now, after your group of 12 is created, we're going to do a group called Circle of 72. Now, again, Jesus appointed 12 people that he walked with daily, he ate with daily, he did life with daily, and they spread his gospel. He also chose 72 others. So I have a group called my Circle of 72. On this group, I've got other referral partners, I've got family members, I've got people that work at Integrity where I work because I think it's important that I don't forget about my team, right? It's important that I don't forget about um, my boss, the owner of Integrity. It's important that I keep these people top of mind. So, like if I were a realtor, I would probably have my broker in my group of Circle of 72. I would have my home inspector. I have appraisers in my group. I would have insurance agents. I would have auxiliary businesses to you, but people that you can still refer to, but also people that are going to refer business back to you. So if you're in a BNI group or a Rotary group, you can probably fill up a Circle of 72 list quite quickly. All right. But it's 72 other people that you're going to do life with, just not at the same level that you do with a group of 12. All right. So this group of 72, it pretty much gives me the other 20, almost the other 30% of my income, almost. So I've been blessed with some past clients too that come back to me for refinancing or whatever. That makes up the rest of it. But my inner circle, again, it's about 70%. This group of 72 is about the other, and that's really my income. I don't need to go be everything to all people. I take care of these 84 people pretty well. So, what do we do with a group of 72? Here are some ideas that you can do for them. Give them market insights. Put them on a little video drip campaign that you're sending videos to once or a couple of times a week on what's going on with the market. This group of 72 as well, if I slip up and say something stupid in a video, I don't need to feel like I need to go back and polish it and edit it and look professional. They need to see Jonathan for who I am, my screw ups, flaws, and all of it, and it's okay. So don't, if you're scared of video, you need to get over it. Your people need to see you and need to see you frequently. But it doesn't need to be funny videos. It doesn't need to be polished, edited videos. It just needs to be you in real. And it can be a quick 60-second market update on what's happening in the real estate market right now, or what's happening with the mortgage market, or you just giving something of value to them. All right. So insights with videos, it can be helpful tips about their home, what they need to think about. I mean, like a lot of people over the last 3 weeks, you know, there was something that came out on Facebook a while back. I don't remember who put it out, but about 2 or 3 weeks ago, on the importance of like just dripping, have a water faucet dripping when you experience temperatures like what we just went through. We can't assume everybody knows to do stuff like that so their pipes don't burst. That's a great tip to put out there that they may share with other people, right? So, helpful tips, life event check ins. So this group of 72, no, I'm not at the same level I am with my inner circle, but I do follow them on Facebook or Instagram and see what they're up to in life. And I do, if I see they've had a baby, I'll call and say something, maybe send them a card. I'll watch their birthdays, send them birthday cards. So there are things that we're doing for this group all the time as far as life events going on. And then occasional, again, soft referral language. My lead in is never calling to ask for a lead. My lead in is always giving value to them. Referrals will usually come without me having even asked for it. Okay. It's just being part of life, being top of mind with this group of 72. So you're staying visible and you're staying valuable. You're not staying pushy. The goal with this group is not to be pushy, it's not to be salesy, it's to be valuable to them. They want to see you as a resource for life. Okay. So the system, honestly, it removes pressure because you always know who you will talk to next. So I've got one Excel spreadsheet, and on that Excel spreadsheet, down at the bottom, there's two tabs: legacy partners, that's my inner circle because I've named it, and then circle of 72. This Excel spreadsheet is in front of me all through the day. I just want to make sure that I'm having regular touches, regular thank you cards, regular conversations, regular gratitude, making sure I'm taking care of birthdays, their life events, things going on, and just a quick tracking system of making sure that I'm showing up in their life and being present. If I do those things and do them consistently, the income we get from this, it just happens naturally and organically. I don't have to be salesy. I'm just giving value to people. That's exactly the model that was presented to us when Jesus started his ministry and how it went forth from there. And I would say, whether you're a believer in Christianity or whatever your faith is, it would be hard to say the Christianity model and where it's at hasn't worked. It's worked pretty well. Okay. We can just take the same principles and apply it to how we do business. And sometimes we look for flashy things to do um, with weird ads or billboards. I'm not saying any of that stuff doesn't work, but we're in a relationship driven business. And if we're not building relationships and going deep with people, we're missing the most important thing that we have that can produce income for us and for our family. So we need to make sure that we're prioritizing the right thing, which are relationships. And the other thing that I haven't mentioned, most of the stuff I've talked about today and last week doesn't cost anything to do. So, like when I'm looking at are do I spend money on my referral partners in my inner circle? I do. I'm doing lunch for this group today, so it will cost me some money. But these are people that I'm super close to, and again, give me about 70% of my income. Why would I not? Right? So I just want you to think on the importance of creating two groups of people that are going to be there. And I will tell you this too, it makes my life so simple because I know what I'm doing Monday through Friday, what I'm focused on, who I'm focused on, and what I'm going to do consistently to show up in their life. So it gives me reason and gives me structure to my day. It's not just working and blowing efforts to the wind. It's actually doing the right things that are going to make a difference in other people's life. All right. So, challenge for you between now and next week: come up with your inner circle. Let's start there. And it's again 12 people. Oh, by the way, Jesus had a Judas in his inner circle, if you recall, right? That can happen and it may happen. It's okay. That's why you have a circle of 72 to promote somebody later on if you haven't. So your circle of 72 is kind of your bench that you can pull from, and replace somebody if that does happen. But people are people. We, I'm pretty messed up. Most of us on this call are pretty messed up, broken people. So every once in a while, there's going to be a Judas. It's okay. You move on, promote somebody and move on, right? So, but challenge this week, identify your inner circle, reach out to three of them. Like when I created my group, I wanted my group to know I'm creating this group of legacy partners. Here's what it means to me, and I'll invite you to be part of it. I want you to be part of this group. Okay. So, yes, my group meets once a month. We do lunch. We also do some fun things outside of that from time to time as well too. I'm trying to add value to their business. It could be me sharing something with them. It could be me giving them a book, um, whatever it is. I'm trying to find value or things that I can add value to their life and to their business with. All right. So identify your inner circle, reach out to three this week, reach out to two of your circle of 72. Just start working on putting this list together. All right. Track conversations, not messages. I want to have real conversations with people. And I do, if they're struggling with something, it's probably gone on my Excel spreadsheet so I can remember it and make sure I'm trying to help them with whatever it is they're struggling with. Jesus didn't try to reach everyone personally, he built a system, and that system multiplied his influence. That's what we need to do, and I think do the same thing. It works really, really well for anyone in sales. So the last 2 years have been by far the most refreshing of my 30-year industry is understanding my spiritual gifts, how God wired me, and then just doing business with a small group of people that He's already put in my life. All right. I believe it works for anybody. If you have any questions on any of this, if you want a copy of an Excel spreadsheet, I'm happy to remove the names of the people on mine and send you my copy. So you've got one to work with from scratch. Just send me an email or Ellison an email, let us know. And again, if you'd like to be part of our workshop next week, we would love to see you 9:30 to 11. We'll be working on the next 90-day plan to make sure we hit second quarter goals. All right. Thank you guys for showing up and being here. Hope you have a great Wednesday. See ya.